What if the fastest way to travel around Earth wasn't flying above it, but falling straight through it? It sounds impossible. Yet hidden beneath your feet is a shortcut that could take you from one side of the planet to the other in less than an hour. But before that journey can begin, there's one terrifying problem. You would have to drill through the entire Earth. Think about that for a second. Not a tunnel through a mountain. Not a tunnel beneath an ocean. A tunnel through the entire planet. And this is where it gets weird. The deepest hole humans have ever drilled barely scratched Earth's surface. Compared to the planet's size, it's like poking a needle into an apple. Yet somehow, our imaginary journey starts there. The moment the tunnel is complete, you step aboard a gravity train. No engines, no fuel, just gravity pulling you deeper and deeper into the unknown. At first, everything feels normal. 20 meters down, you're passing the depth of subway systems and ancient underground catacombs. But every second takes you farther from the world you've always known. Soon you're deeper than the oldest fossils ever discovered, then deeper than the deepest living creature ever found. And that's when things changed. Temperatures begin rising fast. Underground mines at these depths already reach unbearable heat. Yet you're still only scratching the surface. Gravity keeps pulling. You pass the height of Mount Everest, except upside down. Then you plunge deeper than the Mariana Trench. Deeper than any human has ever drilled. The pressure becomes almost unimaginable. But here's the strange part. Hidden within this crushing darkness are treasures few humans have ever seen. Rubies, sapphires, emeralds, entire worlds of gemstones forming silently beneath the surface. And just when you think you've seen the most incredible thing Earth can offer, you're only getting started. Beyond the crust lies a realm that changes everything. The mantle. A colossal layer stretching nearly 3,000 kilometers deep. Most people imagine rivers of lava, but the truth is far stranger. At first, the mantle is solid rock. Not liquid, not molten, solid. But that raises a question. How can something become hotter and hotter without melting? The answer is pressure. And that answer unlocks one of Earth's biggest secrets. As your gravity train descends, temperatures soar. Rocks glow with unimaginable heat. Yet crushing pressure forces them into forms that seem to defy logic. And this is where it gets weird. Around 410 kilometers below the surface, rocks that should be liquid become solid again because the pressure is simply too extreme. The deeper you go, the less Earth behaves the way you expect. Then comes another surprise. Diamonds. Not in jewelry stores. Not in vaults. At their birthplace. Gigantic pressures forge these crystals deep inside the mantle long before volcanic eruptions carry them upward. But that's not even the craziest part. Far below, enormous plumes of superheated rock lurk in darkness. Scientists call them mantle blobs. If they reach the surface, they can fuel some of the most destructive volcanic events imaginable. By now, you're approaching depths where no human technology could survive. The heat becomes almost beyond comprehension. And then the landscape changes again. Suddenly, rock gives way to metal. You've arrived at Earth's outer core, a vast ocean of liquid iron and nickel. Temperatures climb beyond 5,000 degrees Celsius. Everything around you should destroy anything known to humanity. Yet your gravity train keeps falling. Faster, deeper, toward the place where every direction becomes down. And waiting there is a discovery that completely flips this journey upside down. At the exact center of Earth, something impossible happens. Gravity disappears. For a brief moment, you become weightless. No up, no down, no falling. Just floating at the center of a planet. What happens next changes everything. Because reaching the center isn't the end of the journey. It's only halftime. The same gravity that pulled you downward now begins pulling you toward the opposite side of Earth. Without engines, without fuel, just physics. Suddenly, the entire tunnel becomes a giant planetary slingshot. And this is the twist nobody expects. The hardest part of the journey was never the travel. It was building the tunnel in the first place. The trip itself could take only about 42 minutes. Less time than many daily commutes. Think about that. Argentina to China. One side of Earth to the other. In under an hour. A concept so absurd it sounds like science fiction. Yet the physics actually works. The challenge is surviving temperatures hotter than lava, pressures millions of times stronger than what we experience at sea level, and engineering materials that don't instantly fail. But here's the strange part. If humanity ever solved those problems, transportation would be transformed forever. Airplanes could become obsolete for long-distance travel. Entire continents would feel like neighboring cities. Distances that once defined civilizations would vanish. And after collecting diamonds, crossing molten layers, surviving crushing pressures, and floating through Earth's center, you'd finally emerge on the other side of the world. Just 42 minutes after you started. But that leaves one final mystery. If drilling through Earth could change transportation forever, what other impossible ideas are actually waiting for us beneath the surface?